All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. This presentation is really, it's called Purposeful Practice, but I like to call it the one-on-one workout. So the whole point behind this is that this is a one-on-one workout that you can do with a friend. And it's not a workout like lifting weights, anything like that. It's all about tennis, right? So this is all about you and your doubles partner, you and a singles partner or friend going out and actually having a purpose behind it. Because obviously match play is great. It's good for us to play our matches and everything, but a lot of times it's not specific enough to what we need. So this is going to give you a lot of drill ideas. And if you know the name Jorge Capistani, anybody know Jorge? Jorge Capistani, he was faculty member here, hasn't been back in a while, but he's my boss. My mentor was coaching the juniors, and so this is probably the most Jorge presentation I've ever done right here, because he runs a drill website. He's got jorgecapistani.com, he's got tennisdrills.tv, and then he's also got pickleballdrailshq.com as well. And so a lot of this stuff I grew up doing, and so this is something that he taught me, and so hopefully it'll be useful to everybody here. And so I don't want to waste any more time talking, so I want to get right to it. So again, the QR code right there will get you all the documents in there. There's one extra document in there that I put for doubles pairs. It's a doubles questionnaire. So you and your partner get together, if we lose a point, what would you like me to say? What side do we play on? Some of the things that we just don't discuss, and so that's in there as well. And then we've got these sheets right here. So this is the one-on-one singles workout. I don't expect you to be able to read all of this, but you can follow along on your phone. So the first drill that we're going to get into, and again, this is our singles workout with you and a friend, is that we're going to play a game up to 11 points, and it's one-on-one singles. And so this is all singles workout for the first one. Half a court, cross court. Actually, can I get a ball? I got to hit a few out here, Andrew, So it's going to be a half a court, cross court, and I feed it in. Now, if you were at the welcome drill, what I love to do is that I love to have my feeds be over my head. Okay, so I love an overhead feed because how often do we want to do this in a match? Not often, right? I mean, hopefully that's the opposite of what we're doing, right? And so this at least gives me some reps where if I can just feed it in right here, that gives me more reps above my head because this is one of the most important shots in tennis, right? And so if I can hit this like a feed and control it, maybe I can hit it with some more spin, accuracy, all that kind of stuff when we actually get into our serving into the box. So Andrew, I want you to feed it in like this. It's going to be a half of a court, cross court, doubles alley. Good. We're going to play it out now, Harper. Sorry, yeah, here you go. I got you. Okay, ready? So my feed introduces here, and then we're playing. So it's only to the deuce side. So we're going to play half a court, cross court with the doubles alleys are in. Here you go, coming in. Go for it. Get up there. Yeah, the ball doesn't bounce here, bud. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, one more time. So here, you got it, Harper. Go for it. So I'm feeding it in, and we're playing. All right, okay. So anyway, let's go ahead and have you guys do it, all right? So only to the deuce side, and again, we're going to have the players alternate every 4 points. So you guys play, I'm going to talk. Yeah, so they're feeding it in, and we're playing it out. Perfect. Cross court. You get a short ball, you come in. And the question is, why is this drill so important for us as we work on in singles? Any ideas? Why is this an important one, to go cross court like this? Sydney?
It's the main point, or 11 times it's going to be cross court rallies.
Yeah, I mean, it's the safest shot for us, right? I mean, that's exactly what Christoph was just talking about in his presentation, is that when we hit cross court, right, we've got further distance, right? So if I think of the singles sideline, right? Now, again, we're activating the double sideline here, so we're allowing them to play a little bit here. But if I go from baseline to baseline straight ahead, what's my distance? What's my distance with that? Anybody know? 78 feet, right? So 78 feet from baseline to baseline. If I go from corner to corner, if I go to corner for corner, how far is that? 82 and a half. And so that is, now this is a little bit smaller, this doubles alley right here. That's the exact width of our doubles alley. So you gain an extra 4.5 feet by hitting cross court. What's another benefit of hitting cross court? Lower part of the net. 3 feet in the middle, 3.5 on the outside. The court's right here. This dark blue's out, Harper. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. No. So, no, but then also we get into recovery, right? Recover. I don't have to recover as much because that's what we were talking about with the angles with Christoph, is that when we are hitting the ball cross court, I'm trying to find the middle of what Harper can hit. And anytime that we hit that ball cross court, my recovery spot is right around this area right here. If I go down the line, I got to hightail it all the way over here to get in the middle of the angles, right? So a lot of balls cross court early on. And if you were at some of the earlier presentations, they would talk about anytime that I'm invited inside the baseline, that's my time to do something a little bit more special with the ball, right? But simple enough, if I'm back, it's just cross court is our safest play, right? So we're going to play that game a ton. Now, let's pause, guys. So the other option, so again, we would exchange feeds every 4, right? The next round, so drill number 2, would be the same exact thing on the add side, right? So now we would go over here and we play a couple of points over here. I'm not going to show that for the sake of time, but it would be one-on-one singles from the add side. Okay, our next one is just baseline versus baseline, and we're alternating feeds every 4 points. So now it's full court, okay, but same thing as I introduce with that feed. So again, it can be underhand, that's fine, but I would like to see a little bit more reps in my practice up above our head, right? Because again, that's such an important shot, right? And you guys can keep track of score out loud, that's fine too. But full court singles points, and this is where, again, we're just trying to get more touches on the ball. When I grew up, Jorge, that was our biggest thing, is just touches on the ball. So I'm going to give you a situation, or I'm going to give you a game or a problem or anything, and you've got to figure it out. I mean, he would help me along the way and help facilitate, obviously, but it was just putting me in situations, and then we just go play, and I just figure it out along the way, right? So drill number 3, baseline versus baseline. I think we've all seen that one before. Nothing too special, right? Cuban Davis Cup. Okay, so the Cuban Davis Cup drill, this is one that I love, is where we're starting to actually get into transition. Okay, so now what you're going to do, Andrew, you got a couple of, yep, perfect. I'll demo this one. So this one, it's called Cuban Davis Cup because Jorge was from Cuba, and so that's kind of where it came from. It's a little bit of one of the things that we were really, really good at was a lot of coming in and kind of hands at the net, so kind of these transition volleys. And so he wanted a drill where we just got a ton of reps. So if you play a set and you're going to actually serve and volley, so you're going to work on the serve and volley, you're going to play out points. How often do you actually hit a volley in transition when you serve and volley, you play a set with somebody? I mean, you're only serving once every 4 games, right? So it doesn't happen very often. So this gives us a ton of trips into the net. So if you say, I want to get better at serving and volleying, we don't necessarily need to go out and just play more sets, right? You can try it in your practice sets, and I think you should. But what we need is drills to actually help us out with these and get more touches on the ball with that specific shot that we're looking for. So again, I could feed it this way, or I could actually feed it up above. Now with this one, we're going to have one player feed the whole entire time. We're going to go up to 15 points, but we're going to alternate deuce and add. So you play 1 point over here to the deuce, 1 point over to the add. Okay, so again, I'm just going to feed it like this though, okay? And I'm going to come in, Harper. So I'm here, and I'm actually transitioning forward for these volleys, right? So now I'm going to get a ton of those low volleys that I have to work with. Andrew, you go ahead, and we'll play this out. So again, starting from no man's land. Now again, this could be a huge advantage with the serve if you got somebody who's, you know, maybe thinking about winning more than the actual execution of the drill. So again, I always I like the feet up above the head for my drills. However, it could get to where, again, it's a huge advantage for somebody, and so we got to make sure that if you want, Andrew, go ahead and like feed a couple just normal if you want to as well. So you don't have to, sir. Yeah, there you go, right there. So again, if it's again, we're having trouble getting started in anything. The purpose of the drill is all about the half volley. It's not about, you know, again, hitting all reps up above our head, even though that's kind of like a little secondary purpose for us there. Okay, so that's Cuban Davis Cup, and then we would have Harper serve a couple of points, and so that would be the next game. So that would be game number 5, is that we would actually have Harper come in. So now he gets a ton of those touches on the ball and a lot of those transition volleys. Okay, the next one is bum rush. Okay, and so bum rush, this is a drill where now we are looking for opportunities or reasons to come into the net, okay? And when I do this drill, so the rule of bum rush is pretty simple. It's a full court point, so you guys can go ahead and go down the middle. It's a full court point, but any shot that besides the feed that lands inside the service line, I have to come in, right? So I have to come in anytime. Now, the one thing I like to say about this one is that yes, the drill, the rule is that if it lands inside the service line and you have to come in. But if the ball landed like right here in this corner, right here, would I do that in a match? Hit that and come in singles? Probably not, right? Too far out wide, right? So I'd probably just hit it cross court, give myself time, get back into the point, right? So for the sake of the drill, yeah, you got to come in, right? But just know that, wow, that was a dumb shot to come in on, right? Because that's what we got to do is we got to get trips in here and start to realize, because this drill is really meant for the people that don't come into the net, right? They don't have that experience or they don't know what the right shot is to come in on. So we just get you coming in, right? And so if I come in off this ball and I get past, I'm like, yeah, I probably, one, shouldn't have gone to that spot over there, and I probably shouldn't have come in anyway, right? But if the ball was right here, what do we think about that? It's a great ball. Right? That's the one that we should be coming in on, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. Again, you can serve it or you can feed it. We're playing out full court points. Anything that lands inside the service line or service box, we're going. Get in there, Harper. He says, yeah. You're going to want to keep that low, Harper. All right, let's do it again. Yeah. Exactly. There's a go. Got to go. There we go. Very nice. Good. And so again, just giving us extra trips in. And if you got a coach with you while you're doing this workout, again, we can be talking about, was that the right shot? And we can really take a deeper dive. But again, it's all about touches on the ball and giving you kind of some purpose behind your practice. Because I think too often, and for my players, nice point. So for my players, like what I like to do is that I have homework assignments for my players. And so any private lesson or any private group that I do, I always have homework. And so sometimes it's this one-on-one workout. Sometimes it's going and getting some tech rep on the ball machine because we did talk about something technical, right? But this right here, I think that a lot of times, like if I didn't give them that, what it would be is like, hey, did you go play? Yeah, I played with Billy. Okay, what did that look like? Oh, we just hit. And that's it, you know, and it's like there's nothing to it. Half the time they're over at the water break over here just sipping on their water, just talking about their weekend, those kind of things. And so it just gives them a little bit more purpose for the practice, right? And so, again, there's certain players that I don't really have to worry about, but I think that match play is a great thing, but then also digging into some of these drills right here. If you, again, some of them you need more than the others, right? But I think that these are all really, really essential for our singles game. Let's wrap up this point right here, and then we'll get some of these balls up at the net. Can we grab some of those balls up at the net, guys? Thank you so much. Okay, so now, after our bum rush drill, we've got one-on-one singles plus. And so this is kind of what happens, or what typically we should see happen when we're playing out full court singles points. And so now we're going to eliminate the doubles alley. So no doubles alley right here, okay? And we are going to go cross court, okay? And we'll go one to the deuce, then one to the ad, okay? The first 4 shots have to be cross court, okay? So have to go cross court. If we get 4, then we become full court, okay? So for me, this is a semi-cooperative drill. You could go competitive right away. So where it's like, you know, we're banging balls cross court. You guys can go ahead and start. So first 4 shots have to be cross court, and then we go full court. So there you go. There's 2. We'll even count the feed. 3, and then 4. Now you can go. Good decision? I mean, he made it, right? Was he inside the baseline? He was? Right? So again, that's the time, right? Now maybe a little bit too hard. Also, it's in a ballroom. Like the court's shorter, I don't know, but yeah. But no, it was a good shot, right? That's one that I would say, like, that was actually a great decision. But then you're going to see some of these where right away I'm in a cross court rally, right? I'm in a cross court rally, and then all of a sudden I get this ball where I'm backing up, and I still go line drive down the line. Go back cross court. That's the target. Anytime I'm back behind the baseline, simple enough. Just go cross court or deep, right? And so if I have the full court, I just go deep. But it's like simple decisions. I don't need to go for anything crazy from up here. Once I'm invited inside the baseline, like Andrew was on that first point, now it's my time. I can go angle, I can go drop shot, bring him in, or I can attack, right? So I've got options when I'm inside the baseline right here. Okay, let's go one more point. There we go. 3, good. 4, okay. Smart, deep, nice, good. Very nice. Just out. Just out. It was out. You can call it out. Yeah. All right. So now, all right. So that is our kind of our most of our full court singles. The last bit would be. So I'm gonna show you number 8. Number 9 would be that we would play a tiebreaker. So we would actually have serves. First and second serves, play out a tiebreaker, full court singles points, and so then we kind of cleanse the palate by allowing us to play, right? And hopefully using some of the things that we had in this workout. Harper, can I get you over on the other side? So now, drill number 8, before we would get into the tiebreaker, we would actually play a little horse. Anybody know horse? Everybody know horse, right? Pig, whatever. So this is the way that we play horse in tennis, okay? Or at my club anyway. Okay, so what we do is that we divide this up into 6 areas. So we divide we go from left to right, but we divide it up into 6 areas. And so one of the things that, if you were in Jonathan Stokey's presentation, and I thought it was very good, and he was talking about safe targets, right? Well, I was always taught the best target is a target within a target, right? So if we were right here, so this is area 1. Area 2, area 3, area 4, and then 5 and 6. Area 2 is a target within my target. Right here, a little bit greedier, right? But area 1, target within the target. Now, it'd be crazy if I put a target within a target within a target. That'd be wild, right? But anyway, so that's what we're looking for, is that I want to have us have the ability to hit all of the different areas. Now, depends on our level and what we can do, is that I could actually go, at a minimum you have to call out what area you're hitting to, okay? And so we'll have, Andrew has the board, right? So he's gonna go to area 3. Let's see if he hits it. No, all right, so now Harper has the board, and he can go deuce or add. So he can go like 4, 5, or 6, he can go 1, 2, 3, whatever he wants. Okay, so he's gonna call it out. Where are you going? 6, all right, I love it. Out wide. Oh, he got it. I love it. Okay, so then now Andrew has to hit it or he gets a letter, right? Go for it. Ooh, all right, H. All right, so now it goes back to Harper. Now, if I feel comfortable with this, and again, I've got the ability to hit multiple spins on my serve, right? So I could go flat, slice, or kick, okay? Jorge, little side thing. So Jorge and I, we would always call it, because it was easier, it was just like a lot quicker to say when we were playing doubles, or my brother-in-law and I. Sorry, that's another story right there. But my best friend, my best friend that I played doubles with in the juniors, him and I married sisters, so now he's my brother-in-law. So like and he's been a coach here before too. So I refer to Mike as my doubles partner, my go-to guy in doubles. But one of the things that we would always say to just like speed things up is that we would call it either Sam for slice, Fred for flat, and then Ken for kick. And so it was basically, we would just say like Sam won. And so it was a way for us to communicate, and like we didn't have to like keep it so secretive. Right? We could actually just like kind of, if I was this far away, he'd be like, Sam won. And then we would just like go up and we'd be ready to go, right? And so now that's another wrinkle that you can bring into this game, is that now Harper has the board. He can tell us what spin and what location he's gonna hit to. All right, so you got it. What are you gonna call, man?
1, slice.
Okay, slice to area 1. Let's see if he's got it.
Yeah.
These guys, you can't take them anywhere. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. All right, what do we got, Andrew?
Let's go kick 2.
Kick to 2. All right, let's see it. Not really kicking that much there, yeah?
It's the courts.
Oh, yeah. All right. So let's see it, Harper. Let's see if we can get kick to area 2. No, all right. So again, it just adds a way for us to actually have some fun while we're serving, right? And so accuracy is super important, sets up ourselves in the point. So, why not have a game where we can actually, go out with a friend and make it a little competitive with this, right? So let's do this. Can you guys pick up some of the balls in the net? We'll pick up the cones as well. So that's really our one-on-one singles workout. So again, we go with the one-on-one singles first, do side, then we go add side. Then we'll go full court singles points, exchanging feeds every 4 points. We've got our Cuban Davis Cup, one player feeds the whole time, then the second player feeds the whole time. Bum rush, where we're actually, any short balls we're coming forward. And then we've got our one-on-one singles plus, followed by the horse, and then our match tiebreak. And so with this, it's really meant to be able to fit within, an hour and a half or 2 hours. And again, if you only have an hour to play, plug in, figure out the ones that you need the most, right? And just kind of work on those drills. Now, we get into the doubles. So the doubles workout, I'm gonna see how I'm doing on time here. All right, so the doubles workout. So the first one is, Harper, can you run to the other side? So the first one is Cuban Davis Cup again. So a lot of transition volleys, right? So a lot of transition volley work, not only in singles, but in doubles, but we want touches on the ball. So that's why we do so many half-court drills, is that if it's full court, it's still the same thing as when we play points, right? It's a lot of we feed it in, somebody hits it, they pass us right off the feed, those kind of things. So we're looking for a lot of touches on the ball. So if we bring the boundaries in, we get more of these tough volleys, right? And as I get better at it, then I can start to open it up a little bit. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. So let's show that Cuban Davis Cup real quick. So we'll just show a couple points. So he feeds it, rushes in. Again, we're looking for those half volleys. Harper's getting used to the court out here. He's playing so much better. I can feel it. This is so good. He goes over to the ad side. Same thing. Cross court, doubles alley is good. And so the difference between our singles workout and then our doubles workout is obviously more net play, right? Like we're incorporating more of volleys and transition in our doubles workout. So real quick, now let's move on to one. Drill number 3. So we've got 1 and 2 is, again, Andrew serves the first round. Drill 2, Harper serves, and then we go into drill 3, which is a half a court straight ahead, and this is kind of a gang fight right here. So this is, let's go over here so we can actually get closer to the crowd. So we're gonna start right here. This one I wouldn't probably serve up above the head. I'd probably serve this one underhand. So we're gonna feed it in, and then you're just gonna go in, right? So we're crashing the net, but I want you to feed it to him and try to get it kind of like, strike zone 3 or strike zone 2, okay? So coming in, go, and then we play it. Beautiful, very nice. And as we come in on this drill right here, what's the goal with the volleyer? So obviously we're transitioning and we're trying to get into the net, but what are we trying to do with the ball tactically? Straight at him? Well, straight ahead for sure with direction. But what else? Exactly, right? Like I need to get it low, right? And so I want to, I don't have much space to go with, so for me to hit an angle, that's not really possible. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to give them this ball down here. So I'm trying to give them this thing super low so that it's popped up and I get high volleys, right? So we're just doing a lot of in transition, try to keep it low so that we can get that ball to pop up, right? So, and we would exchange feeds every 4 points on this one, right? So a little net versus net attack. Okay, then we've got one-on-one doubles. This is I think the most important drill when it comes to doubles and you being a serve and volleyer. What's the easiest double style to beat? Anybody know? The easiest double style. So like you've got, rush and crush teams, you got 2 back, you got 1 up, 1 back. What's the easiest team to beat?
1 up, 1 back.
1 up, 1 back, exactly. What's the most common style that's played? 1 up, 1 back, exactly, right? So 1 up, 1 back is so easy to beat if you have the ability to serve and volley or get into the net. If you've got the ability to do that, there is a gap down the middle every single point. You just got to find a way to get up there. Because if we're in this position and Harper's there, like, he can't see the gap down the middle, but the net player can. So if you come in, then a lot of times that's where now this player back here starts to go down the line more often, and then now we can actually hit the ball down the middle, right? So if we force or find a way to come into the net with serve and volley or return and come in, anything like that, then we're going to start to see those mistakes down the line a little bit more often, and we can see that gap down the middle of the court, okay? So one-on-one doubles. This is half a court. Doubles alleys are good, and you're going to serve and volley both first and second serve. Harper, you can do whatever you want. Andrew has to serve and volley. Good. And this one would actually be, sorry, I did not specify. This one would actually be you have to make the serve. Yeah, sorry. Yep, have to make the serve. So serve and come in. Hey-o. And this one we would play an entire set. No ad scoring, but you play an entire set. And so it's just serve and volley, serve and volley, serve and volley. And so you're getting a ton of reps of just playing that serve and volley game. Nice, Harper. Okay. Okay. Look at these guys. Oh, all right. Very nice. Good. Yeah. So, and then again, after this game, Harper would serve, and we just keep on going for an entire set. So one-on-one doubles, that's my go-to drill when I'm working with doubles players on serve and volley. That's such an important one. Okay, then we've got version 2 of one-on-one doubles. Version 2 is that first serve, Andrew has to serve and volley. Second serve, you have to return and come in. So Andrew, you can still serve and volley on second serve if you want to, but Harper has to come in off that second serve. And that's one of the, you can go ahead and start. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I see in doubles is that a lot of times we miss this opportunity right here. What's that, like what would everybody here, what would be the definition of a short ball? Like something that you would transition in. What would be the definition of a short ball?
Service liner.
Where's the serve have to land? Yeah, right? And what's the difference between a first serve and a second serve? Slower, maybe a little bit more spin, sits up higher. Second serve's a short ball, right? Why aren't we attacking, right? So this forces that situation where now, as a second serve, you got to come in, okay? So I like this one as well. Oh, you're forcing him to come in. I see what you're doing, Andrew. See, Andrew, there's certain people that when they drill, they really, dive into the purpose of the drill, and then there's some that they always find the loopholes in the drill, and that's what Andrew is. It's like we call that a drill killer, and that's what this guy is. Yes, so yeah. Yeah. So one more point, and then we'll mix it up. Okay, so this is again one-on-one doubles version 2. That's drill number 5 on our one-on-one doubles workout. All right, so now we've got one-on-one bum rush. So this is cross court, and then we launch on any short balls. So this could again be a fed drill. You could feed it with your serve, but then now we're going to go cross court. Anytime something lands short, we're attacking. So go for it. So we feed it in. Anything besides the feed, anything lands short, there it is. We're coming in, right? And so this one I think is a little bit more realistic because it is on a half of a court. And most of the shots, like, again, unless it's way out here, a little bit easier to attack off these cross-court balls that land short than that full-court singles version. And so, again, but you might say that, like, you know what, that was actually a really tough shot out wide. I probably wouldn't, if it wasn't this drill, I wouldn't come in off that. But that's what we're trying to learn through these drills, is that we're trying to figure out what are the right balls to come in on, what are the wrong balls to come in on, because you're forced to do it. So go ahead, Harper. Let's do this last one. Way to keep it deep, guys. All right, that'll be out. Okay, so then we move on to drill number 7, which is mini tennis. So this is all slice touches. This is actually one of my favorite ones to do, like when you're kind of warming up for a tournament. We did this as a college team, and we were about to go play a team, but we were waiting for them to arrive. They were late, and so we just started, just messing around as a doubles team. Played the best doubles of our life because we started out with just all touch skills, right? And so we're playing these touch games and stuff, and we're just having fun. And then all of a sudden we go out and we just dominate in doubles in this match. And I think it just kind of took everybody off guard because at that time we were not good at doubles. I felt like I was okay, but man, my teammates, they were rough. No, I'm just kidding. But with this one, so now we start here, okay? And you can allow yourself to hit volleys, but the rule is that the volleys have to go up. So I can't come crashing in and then just spike the ball down, right? This is where I have to be a little crafty into the service boxes. So we can go ahead, let the feed bounce, and then now the point begins. So in the 2 service boxes, and we're trying to touch, right? So a lot of continental grip. We're thinking about the angles, right? So if I get brought in, I can go angle, I can go down the line. The down the line is going to be, again, a little bit tougher, but we've got that low ball, or sorry, low part of the net that we can go cross court and hit angles as we move forward as well. So a lot of touch. Again, you can close in, beautiful, there you go, and then up, nice, good. There you go. So just a ton of control, a ton of touch volleys for this one right here. All right, so now, let's pause that one. Okay, drill number 8, and I know that we gotta get out to the court soon, so I'm gonna wrap up with these 2, and then we'll be done. So number 8 is stuck. All right, so this one is where we start in zone 3. So zone 3 of the court, very similar to if you were at Christoph's presentation. He does A, B, C, D. We go 4, 3, 2, 1 as we go up. So zone 3 would be like right about here, so no man's land. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go, straight ahead. So come over this way, right? And what we're going to do is that, like from here, you have to volley to each other out of the air. First person that hits it short, then now that person can attack. So if a ball bounces, that person is allowed to attack. So this is what we call a 60-foot volley. So the great thing about this volley, can I borrow a ball real quick? The great thing about this ball is that, go ahead and hit this volley back to me from right here. So if I can do that, right? That's nice, Harper. Okay, but if he lets this ball go, right? So just let it bounce, go past you. That's a great volley in transition, right? So if I have the ability to just stick that volley to Harper, that is exactly the volley that I need from here. And then now I can actually start to do stuff like as I move through that transition area, right? So from here, I like to call, I don't really refer to it as no man's land very often. I call it one and done. Is that I should hit one shot in there and then I should get out, right? But a lot of times we get stuck, and that's the name of the drill, is that we get stuck in this position. So I've got to be able to hit a deep volley to get myself out of here, okay? So let's go right here. So volleys from here, first ball that bounces, then you can come in. There it is, go. So he gets to attack, and then now it's an open point. But you can see the advantage, right? Is that like now, once that ball is short, now Andrew can come in and attack. Go. Way to keep it low. Nice, good. Okay.
I know Harper's net skills.
Oh, the trash talk out here, Harper. Let's go one more point. Good. There it is. Good. Now you go. Tough. Very nice. Good. So again, you kind of reward the person that can keep that volley back deep to that person, and that's one that I just typically like to do kind of as a cooperative rally too, because I mean, we're usually pretty good from volley to volley from up here. We're okay volley to volley from right here, and then not so great when we get back here, right? So it's just it's really a skill that is ignored, and I love that 60-foot volley. Our last one is serving with exit targets. So this is where now we're thinking about where are we pulling our opponent rather than where the ball is landing with the serve. So it's actually horse again. Harper, you can come over on this side. But it's with exit targets. So the only difference in this drill is that now what I would do is I would actually put the targets back over here, and I would actually put them a little bit further away, okay? So if I can get, so like let me actually, I'm gonna make these a little bit more difficult because the space isn't as big, right? So if I go here, this is, the ball is landing in and then it exits over on this side, right? I've got, let's go right here so that the ball exits right here. And then we're gonna go this way as well. And then we're gonna go out wide, okay? So what I'm looking for is that where is this person hitting the ball, right? So Andrew, can you do me a favor? Can you go slice down the tee real quick? So what he's trying to do is that he's trying to get me to get all the way over here, right? No, you're fine, you're fine. So you're trying to get me to go all the way over here. So now we're calling horse, but we're calling the exit target. So when you say tee, you mean that that ball is staying down the tee. It's not hitting in zone number 3 and then coming right to me, right? You're actually making it go this way. So now we're thinking about the bounce and where the ball crosses the baseline. Go for it. Down the middle. There you go. See, that's a different serve, right? So it's like the first one was in, it was fine, right? But it was like, that's not where it's, what we're really worried about in this one is where it's exiting, all right? So now go ahead and go out wide right here. Perfect, good. So now we're thinking a little bit more of that second bounce rather than just where the ball is landing, okay? Great job. Give it up for our PTMers over there, PTMers. So again, if you weren't here at the beginning, sorry, this QR code just gets you to all the documents. I've got a doubles worksheet that you can kind of go through and talk about, you know, what you do with your partner. Obviously, when you've got when you're playing doubles, it's not all about you; it's about us. And so, knowing what your partner tends to do, what they like to play, what their preferred game style is, how you react after a point, all of those things are super important. So there's a questionnaire with that. And then I've got the 2 workouts, the one-on-one singles and the one-on-one doubles workout. If you have any questions, I'll hang around and answer any of those. But hey, have a great afternoon on the court, and thank you so much for listening. Thank you.